Joseph Curry here. Welcome to the Joseph Curry Show. All I can say is we had a new president in the White House, and that is Joe Biden. And the Vice President, Kamala Harris. These are the two are going to be at the White House. And yes, it's a new beginning, a fresh start, and maybe back to normal. Well, anyway, let me get this. For all we know that President Joe Biden will be inaugurated. Well, he did at his speech, and now he's at the White House. There's going to be a ceremony held for tonight, and the party for tonight for Joe Biden and the Vice President Kamala Harris and the First Lady, the new First Lady, are in the White House here. That is today. And all I do know is Nancy Pelosi, the House Speaker. You have the Senate, the Democratic Senate, in taking over. And you know what? All I'm saying is, yeah, life goes on. And of course, life goes on. It has never been like this before. It was a very powerful inauguration here this morning. And it was a great thing. A great speech for Joe Biden. And all I can say is, we are going to be... Now, the question is, did we see the last of Donald J. Trump? Well, this morning, his final farewell speech was very great. And all I always know, that all I can tell is, President Donald J. Trump, his 4 years in the office were up. After he got defeated in his election. They all know that his election was stolen, but who cares? It is what it is. So this morning, I saw President Donald Trump doing his farewell speech. His final days at the White House are over. His days at the White House are over, and he left home happily ever, and he left the White House happily ever after, and people were glad. Some things you can never just tell, and you just never know what might not happen. So now that he's going home in Florida, now we begin at the beginning of the end of Donald J. Trump, now to the beginning of the new era of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. As days goes on, and hours goes on, and the days goes on, and a new start. And we talked about this coronavirus, yesterday and last night among us science. We had about 400,000 people die from this COVID-19 coronavirus. But it's been last year, and now we have 400,000 people dying in this coronavirus, and it's getting worse. Joe Biden has told people that things are about to get worse before it gets better. This cold weather, always knows about it. I mean, it just doesn't make any kind of sense when you saw it like this. It does not now. But Joe Biden is here first. We got a new president at the House. We have a new president in this country. The U.S. is about to get healed up. It's healing, and America is tested. Although I saw some people wearing masks. A lot of people wear masks. And although they were they were masking and they followed social distancing like they do. There was the parade today inside Washington, D.C. like I always know about sometimes, and sometimes I know. I saw President Biden and First Lady are going to be in the White House here today. That was today. I see with his big smile on his face. Last day, at at the inauguration eve, Joe Biden was talking about his son. His son who died a long time ago. And he had tears streaming down his face. It was very emotional scene for him. And that's all about dreams and all about his dreams and continuing to become a president. Joe Biden has had a dream to become a president. And he knows what he has given. He has given hope. He has given his dream. Given his life. Well, anyway, like you just know, President Joe Biden is there. And yes, he did. Yes, he did in an inaugural speech. So here's why I have to read it to everybody first. Now, we'll go to Joe Biden. And that's what his inaugural speech was great. And so like this now. Okay. Now we also know Mike Pence had been intending, he was invited in the inauguration for Joe Biden. So things got very bad. That was a continuing. It was going to get now. Now Joe Biden delivers in the best inauguration. Now here's what he said today. Here's what he said today. It says, from the Super Eliminum Memorial Service Tuesday night at the Lincoln Memorial to the swearing in of Joseph R. Biden Jr. as the 46th president and Kamala Harris as the first female, first African American, and first Asian American vice president on Wednesday, we could feel not simply the beginning of the new presidency, but also a new national ethos. The nation has not experienced in recent memory such a dramatic shift in presidential tone, rhetoric, and symbols. Feeling Washington is disgraced. The class's former president departed Wednesday morning as he governed self-aborted, summoning and unable to fill the role of president for the entire country. Good riddance. We then prevailed to the new presidency ahead of the inauguration. Biden, the general relations man, joined First Lady Jill Biden, Harris, and Second Gentleman Doug Emhoff to attend Mass at the Cathedral, the St. Matthew's, the Apostle. Biden was prayed for, seriously and sincerely, regional for the faithful and not for follow-ups. Well, this was new and at the same time a reminder of how things used to be. From the get-go, the Capitol looked new and different. The brightly colorful clothing and the disruptive crowd and persistent signal that we are done with a gloomy monarchical. In contrast to the dark, quickly speaks about American courage, the American courage that we heard 4 years ago. Biden delivering a press forward looking in a mystery version of America. He did not shy away from the riot unleashing on the Capitol this month. For now, on this hollowing ground where just a few days ago violence sought to shake the Capitol's very foundation, we come together as one nation, under God, individual, to carry out the peaceful transfer of power as we have for more than 2 centuries, Biden said. And as we look ahead in our economy, America away, restless, bound, optimistic and set our sights on the nation we know we can be and we must be. To the delight of Americans sick of being gaslighted by the impression the importance of truth as an escalated recorded mail such government. He cautioned that we must reject the courting in which facts themselves are manipulated and even manufactured. He returned to the top even for more forcefully. Recent weeks and months had taught us a painful lesson. There is truth and there are lies. Lies told for power and for profit, he said. And each of us had a duty and a responsibility as citizens, as Americans, and especially as leaders. Leaders who have pledged to honor our constitutionally and protect our nation, to defend the truth and defeat the lies. Only in this era was such a statement be needed, let alone be compulsory in some quarters. This was relentless in a desperate change to end white supremacy. Biden did not struggle in the doctoral province. As he said, we face an attack on our democracy and on truth. And radio virus warning ignorantly the stings of stationary and racism and climate in crisis. America's war in the war, but he balanced that with heartfelt trust in the nation and confidence in our ability to dig ourselves out. If only we can stop yelling at one another and then manslaughter each other. Every the simple declarations he made well reflected of the hundreds experiences we had endured under an unfair president. And he says, I gave you my word, I will always level with you, I will defend the Constitution, I'll defend our democracy, I'll defend America. Well, relief. Now, Biden, thankfully, did not equal either with the access or distance. The right to that distance peacefully, the guardrails of the law republic, is perhaps the nation's greatest strength. He acknowledges. Yet hear me clearly. Disagreement must not lead to dismoralism, but he did stick to his convictions that without decency, commitment to democracy, and a barriers to truth, we are lost. He implored Americans to defend what is precious and stretches so that they can say democracy and hope, truth and justice did not die on our watch. But drill and that Americans secure liberty at home and still once again as a beacon to the world. It was among the best. It was the best inauguration speeches in my memory. It was topped off by the gorgeous words of Amanda Gorman, the longest inaugural poet. We must rise this wound, and it says, we will rise this ruining war into the ruinous one, she said. This is always like, if only we brave enough to see it. If only we brave enough to see it. If only we brave enough to be it. And in a near perfect submission of Biden's message, she reacts to it. But while democracy can be permanently delayed, it can never be permanently defeated. In this truth, in this faith, we trust. For while we had our eyes on the future, history has its eyes on us. Now, the hard part government begins, but at least we have hope in more than a sense of the president, and that we have learned makes all the difference in the war. So it was a great speech for Joe Biden. Months ago, here about a half hour ago, we had saw Biden and his First Lady Jim Biden, who are in the White House for the first time today. Biden has been in the White House for the first time since 2017 when he left, when Obama left, and then Donald Trump took over in 2017. That was 4 years ago. 4 years later, Trump left. He left for the last time and didn't come back. And then he went on to be with his family in Florida, to be with his family, and no, that's what it is. And people are glad that he's gone. But now, life goes on. We have to move on, and we have to move on. All you have to do is just show the respect we do it. Give peace a chance. That's what we can do. Just give peace a chance. It's time for America to heal. Like Martin Luther King said, there won't be no violence, ever. No violence, ever. All we have to do is start the madness. Start this madness. And move on. Right now. As of right now, Joe Biden is the President of the United States, and Kamala as a Vice President. So now, congratulations to you two. You are the King and Queen of the White House. Until then, I'm Joseph Crudup. Had a great time, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow.